to the class. Awesome. Great. So welcome everybody. We have lots of familiar faces. Nice to see you all again. And we have lots of new faces. So nice to see some new faces. And we have a new doggie with us. Jumbo's here. I love having dogs in class. They totally get the chi. It's great. So, I tend to give the same spiel every time, just as a reminder, and especially because there's new people. But since there are new people, I will introduce myself also. I'm Marianne Benferrato. I am a resident at Enso Village. I'm a licensed acupuncturist and a certified Qigong teacher. I'm just finishing in like the next month, I'll officially announce it, but I'm just finishing my level 2 500-hour certification program. And so I've been doing a lot of deepening and polishing over these past months and years. So I'll be very proud to do that. And the in terms of Qigong, there's really no way to do it wrong. You are going to mirror my movements. And if anything hurts, you may already be sitting here and aware of aches or pains. And the idea is to get that to be less significant. So when we move and stretch and get the blood flow, a lot of times that will turn the dimmer switch down on aches and pains. So if we do any movements that crank up the pain, modify whatever works for you, really. And so we have somebody standing in the back. That's wonderful. Just taking care of yourself. If sitting hurts, stand. If standing hurts, sit. If twisting hurts, do it less. Really, you take care of you. I don't know your body, so I really depend on you to take care of yourself. So we meet Monday afternoons, 3:45 to about 4:45. And then I also teach a Thursday morning class that's at 8:30 in the yoga room. It's also on Zoom, and that's a half an hour class. So following the principles of Chinese medicine, we're meeting in the afternoon. So this is much more of kind of a quieting class, coming back to your center, finding your ground, bringing the energy in and down. The morning class, we do the opposite. We bring it up. We wake up our bodies, wake up our minds, kind of set our intention for the day. So I think that's it as far as my spiel. I do tape the classes or record them and then post them. If you go on YouTube and just Google my name, you'll find them. If you want to practice, I find it really useful. You know, you maybe don't have an hour to do today's whole practice, but maybe you like the warm-ups or maybe you like a certain segment of it. You can just practice that part. So let us begin. And I just invite you to move, just anything that wants to move. If you've been sitting for a while and want to stand up, you can just flex your spine, stretch and breathe. Ah. Great. So we're going to continue our focus on the three treasures, body, heart, mind, and spirit. So we're just going to start by settling in and doing a little bit of a scan and check-in. So just get into a comfortable position, feel your feet flat on the floor, and just deep inhale, full exhale. Just begin by arriving, letting the day fall away. Inhaling calm, exhaling any stress. And just finding a comfortable way to sit and settle, hands resting gently. On your next inhale, drawing your shoulders up to your ears, and then exhale, letting the shoulders soften, soften your jaw, soften your face. Nowhere to go, nothing to change. just this moment. And feeling the ground beneath you, feeling your mind and body starting to settle, and turning your attention inward and start to notice your breath. Each breath in, drawing in calm, centering. Each breath out, just a quiet release. And letting go of what came before, turning deeper within, feeling your body, feeling your breath, tuning into the space you're in. And just for a moment, keeping your attention inward, tuning into what we call the three treasures. Hand over your belly button. This is your foundation, the body. Noticing what you notice here. Letting your breath fill the space. Letting go of any tension. Moving your hands up to your heart space. Tuning into your emotional body, what's present today. Letting the breath flow easily in and out. And then hands just gently, side of the head, top of the head, whatever feels comfortable, tuning in to that head center. This is where we connect with all that's around us, the universe above us. And what do you notice? And kind of snapshot, body, mind, spirit. We'll do some qigong and come back. Let your breath become a little deeper. And stretch again, coming back into the room. Breathe all the way out. And so we are going to do some movement now. I have been sitting for the last few hours, so my body is telling me to stand up. So I invite each of you to tune in. How are your feet, your knees, your hips, your back? Do you want to sit? Do you want to stand? You always have that invitation. Don't follow me. Turn your attention within. How's your body in this moment? What does it want? You might be tired and want to sit. You might have been sitting and want to stand. Very personal. So we're going to do some warm-up moves. And so let's start by twirling our wrists and just getting as big a circle as you can. So sometimes if we go in a hurry, we're missing out on a lot. And so when we go slow, we can be a little more intentional. And now let's go the other way. And make sure your jaw is relaxed. And hands out and in and out and in. And just waking up those hands and fingers. And one at a time, and just go up and down and side and just kind of take up as much space as you can. This is a good warm up. Crossing the body. This is good for the balance. Try to go below. And now shake. Shake to the front, shake to the side, shake above. Great. So we're going to do a few stretches. You're going to mirror me. So take your right hand out, and then with the other hand, gently pull back. So I'm pressing out with this hand, making it as straight, my elbow as straight as I can. Stop in the name of love and pull back. Straighten your elbow if you can. And just feel what that feels like. And then opposite. So keep the elbow straight, wrist goes down. And now the back of my palm is facing forward. The back of my hand is facing forward. And gently pull. And be gentle with this. This is kind of an unusual thing. I actually feel it in my thumb. That's really interesting. And now take that same arm, the right arm, and stretch across. And again, we're trying to stretch this here. So if I bend my elbow, it's a different stretch. What I want is this arm to be as straight as possible. And then from here, tilt your head one way, ear to the shoulder, make your jaw relaxed, and tilt the head the other way. And back. And just feel that side of the body. I feel very lopsided. So let's do the opposite. So you're going to mirror me. Left hand pushes out, and then we're going to take our right hand and gently pull back. So I'm pushing and pulling back at the same time. So I'm getting a nice stretch under here. And make sure you're breathing. And opposite. So now my fingers are pointing down, my elbow is straight, and gently pulling back. You spend a lot of time on a keyboard. These are nice things to do for your forearms. Great. And take that same side and come across. So my elbow is straightened out, and then I'm going to hold this. And breathe. And ear to the shoulder one way. And ear to the shoulder the other way. And relax. Isn't that a good warm up? Just kind of moving ways that we don't normally move. So we've done some stretching. So now we're going to get the blood circulation. So if you're sitting in a chair, you're going to have to be a little creative with this one, but I have faith that you will find a way. So inhale up. And now the move is as the hands come down, we're going to bend our knees and then straighten our knees and then bend our knees and straighten our knees. So bend, straighten, bend, straighten. And once you have the legs, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. And so the arms just really flow. So if you're standing in front of a chair, make sure you don't whack your hands on it. Inhale up, exhale down. You can pretend you're throwing things at the floor, just letting go. Few more times. Few more times. One more time. That's a good kind of get the chi flowing, get the heartbeat going. So it's also really good. I mean, if you look at that, we're doing our knees, our hips, our arms, our spine, really whole body. So now we're going to do more of a twisting one. And again, if you're sitting, get a little creative. The basic move, and I want you to have a slightly wider stance for this, is the hands are going to come up, and now actually bring your hands down. I want to workshop this a little bit. And this is something that I'm working on for myself that I noticed when I was teaching the other day. I was like, I'm not doing this correct. So the idea is you're like a weather vane. I can't figure out a polite way to say this. It's like you're impaled by a broomstick. So you're like, I get it. Yeah, I get it. There's no polite way to say that. But we just did our three centers, right? Belly, heart, and mind. We want those to stay stacked on each other. So let's do it wrong and twist and bring your head way out of alignment and feel how that feels. And now try that same move, but being impaled by a broomstick, and turn. You get a lot less movement that way. Turn to the other side. So you're turning from your hips and your waist, and you're turning. And so I think we like going out of alignment more because we get a lot more movement. This way is more restricted. But just imagine these three spinning balls that are twisting together. Everybody look good. So now with that principle, bring your hands up and you're going to mirror me. So you're going to take your left hand in front and your right hand behind and then twist, keeping everything in alignment. Everybody looks good. And now come back and now the other side. Twist and turn, twist and turn. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And as we're doing this, you can feel your spine ringing out, starting from the base and then working up to the area between the shoulder blades. So if you're sitting, you can definitely do this and maybe just move one hand at a time where you're not doing the back one. All right. So we're going to do it a little more vigorously now. We're going to inhale and then we're going to make that's the heart healing sound, really letting go of any built up emotions from the day. So inhale up. Feel that area in between your shoulder blades. One more to each side. And come up and down. Great. Somebody on Zoom is unmuted, so I'm gonna just go through and mute everybody. Great. All right, everybody's looking good. So we've moved our spine forward and back and side to side. So let's do one in honor of our sweet doggy that's here. It's called wagging your tail. Kind of a fun one to do. So pretend you have a tail and you're wagging it and get those hips moving, and then you can get your full body wagging side to side. And this is really good. We don't often move in this direction, going side to side. If you want to do it fast, you can do it fast or slow. And just feel those vertebrae being massaged in all three directions. Great. So that's a really good warm up for the spine. And I don't know about you, but I can feel a little heat starting, getting a little warmer. That's a good sign. So let's do a few more for our neck and shoulders. And this can be done seated or standing. If you want to take a break now and get off your feet, you can definitely do that. So remember, you are going to mirror me. And so your left hand's going to come up and right hand down. So there's a nice X there. And turn and look at the upper hand and hold it. And now turn and look down at your lower hand and kind of reach the edge of resistance there and just hang out there a minute. And one more up and one more down. And then bring the hands down and we'll do the other side. Looking at everybody on screen and out there, do you remember in the Olympics, who was that who did the Usain Bolt? Do some, nobody knows what I'm talking about. That there, you got it in the back. I love it. That's great. All right, we're gonna do the other side. So right hand up, left hand down, and turn up and look at that upper hand. And turn down. And one more up. And one more down. And both hands down. So we're going to do, I can feel some significant resistance there. It doesn't really hurt, but I just can't go as far as I would like. So we're going to do a little bit of chi massage. And so take your fingers and, you know, everybody's going to do something different because we all have different bodies, but just come up on the kind of the base of your skull and then come down to where those muscles are and just start massaging. If somebody was giving you a massage, where would you want them to go? You get to do that for yourself. And just if you find a tender spot, kind of linger, press your fingers in and now move your head around a little bit. See how that feels. And now, and come farther down your neck. There's big muscles that attach. And then gently find the front of your neck. These are more tender, but sometimes it feels good to kind of squeeze. And come up to your jaw. Oh, carry lots of tension here. Okay, now we're going to take one hand, take your left hand, go to your right shoulder, and just dig in, find those pressure points. If you can also pin, if you find a tender spot, really press down to the bone and then move your shoulder around. Make sure you go as your neck comes down and kind of turns into your shoulder more. Make sure you get that juncture. And other side. Great. And feel how that feels. So we're going to do a little bit of flowing and then we'll come back and do that one again and see how it feels. So inhale the hands up. They're going to come together and come down on the back of your head and then slide down and go on either side and then down and out. So inhale, exhale, and just imagine any tension, any built up emotion just gently flowing down into the earth to be composted. One more time. Great. And let's go back and do this one again and just see if that changed it. So left hand up, right hand down. Turn and look at the upper. Notice what you notice. Pivot the head, turn and look down the lower. And one more to each. Up and down. And rotate your hands. And up and down. Lower. One more to each. Up and down and back to center. How was that? Did people notice a difference? I noticed really just a lot less restriction and more movement. So just even 5 minutes of doing that self massage and then going back. Another key that I do for myself, I noticed on this one, this is much tighter. So sometimes I'll start out with this one, then do that one, and then go back to the one that's a little more resistant. So that one gets it 2 times. So let us continue. We've done neck and shoulders, and now we'll move into our knees and hips and ankles. So you can do this seated or standing. I think I'll go ahead and sit now to do this, but if you want to do this standing, you're welcome to. But basically, we're just going to do some tapping. And so just with your knee, just start tapping right on either side of the knee, opening up those meridians. Now go down below the knee and go behind the knee and then above the knee. And then let's do some massage on that. So just in that same sequence, really scrub on either side of the knee. Do it in a way that feels good, kind of invigorating. Knees don't have a lot of blood vessels, so we want to invigorate those that are there. Make sure you go below and then behind on the calf muscles. Those get very tight. And then up on the back of the hamstring, right above the knee, that whole juncture, and then above, and bring your hands up here and clap, and then generate some heat in the palms of your hands. Go vigorous, really pressing them together, and now put them on your knee and infuse that heat in there. Should feel delicious. You can do one behind and one in front, or just in any way that feels good. And just for a moment, pay attention to your two knees. This one feels golden and sparkly, and this one just feels a little cold and stagnant. So we're going to do the other side now. So just tapping. Go below, behind, above, and then do that massage like you're scrubbing the bottom of a pan with something stuck on. Just cover a big surface area. below, behind, really, oh, those calf muscles don't get a lot of attention. And the hamstring. And get ready to invigorate. See how much heat you can generate in your hands. And infuse that into your knee. Great. If you have dogs or cats, they love that. Generate it, put it on them. They just will totally soak it up. Oh, Jumbo's going, what's going on? I love that. So we'll do our feet now. So extend if you're standing, do that. If you're sitting, extend one out and then press the gas pedal. And now pull your toes back up towards you and just back and forth in your own rhythm. See how far you can point your toes and then how far you can curl it. One more, other side, back and forth. And feet down on the ground. Now pretend these are my feet and I'm gonna scrunch my toes up and pull them towards me. And then I'm gonna send them out and try to make them as wide as possible. So scrunch them up and then push those toes out and see how wide you can do it. If you want to do your fingers at the same time, you can, you don't have to. And one more. Great. Right. So let's just turn our attention inward again. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your spine straight. And tune into your breath. And check out those three centers. Belly center, heart center, head center. How has this warm up affected things? And bringing your attention back and getting ready for the next part of class. Everybody got really quiet. I feel like we could have stayed there for a while. It's like so nice to do Qigong together. Yeah, wonderful. So we're going to move into some more flowing movements. And again, check in with yourself. Are you happy sitting? Do you want to continue sitting? Would you like to stand? I'm trying to decide. I could go either way. I think I'm going to stand up, but you do what is right for you. So we'll start with opening the flow. And so for a moment, whether you're seated or standing, I want you to bring your feet very close together and just feel what that feels like. And, you know, it's never, there's nothing wrong with standing this way. I can just feel myself that I'm a little waving in the wind. And sometimes we end qigong like this. There's a just a standing posture called bamboo in the wind. So this is one option, but for these next movements, we actually want foundation. And so put your feet under your hips, and then from there, just very subtly flow forward where your weight comes off your heels and you're on more of the pad of your foot, and feel where you feel that in your body. And now sink down into your heels slightly, very slightly bend your knee. First, lock out your knee, and now slightly bend your knees. And that should be a good standing foundational posture. So we don't want the legs locked out and too tight. We want them slightly bent. And then we want a foundation on either side. And try, if you can, to really remind yourself, sink into those heels, because that sinks your whole spine. So your hands are going to be facing your thighs here, and we're just going to watch my wrists and my hands. It's like I'm inhaling up and then exhaling down. So it's kind of like how a jellyfish moves. Very soft. Let the breath carry you. And for our flows, we inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose, if that's available to you. And really enjoy the movement of your hands through the air. And now on the next move, we're going to float our hands down. On the next move, we're going to add in the different directions. So hands float up and come back, and then push forward, drop back to the center, and now we're going to go out to the horizons. And you can coordinate your breathing with each movement. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Above and below, to the east and the west, in front and behind, creating a fortress of protection around your body. As your hands come back, I invite you to turn your hands, your fingertips pointed kind of to what would classically be called the third eye. And just settle in for a moment and feel like you're charging up this head center, our connection with the cosmos. You can try it in the front or try it on the side. And then come down to the heart center, hand over hand, not touching, kind of floating off, charging up that heart center. And coming down, hand over the belly, and really tuning into your foundation. And dropping your hands down. So I need to think about this one second. Okay, I got it. All right, so this is there's a special point. Look at the inside of your wrist, either side, and take three of your fingers and line it up with the wrist crease. And then at where that top finger is, imagine like almost like maybe a 50-cent piece. There's a big acupuncture point there. And just see, there's no, put your thumb on where that point is. It's called pericardium 6. And it is a point, if anybody's gone whale watching before, where you put those, it calms the spirit and it calms our digestion. It's anti-nausea. But it really calms if we get anxious, this is a wonderful, wonderful point. So the pericardium, let's do the other side. And the three fingers is just kind of a gauge, just kind of right in the middle of that inside, find that point. And in Chinese, in Western medicine, there is a physical organ called the pericardium. It's a sac that surrounds the heart that keeps it from getting too hot. It regulates it. But in Chinese medicine, it has that function of regulating the heart, but it's kind of more on an emotional level. It's called the heart protector. So it's about having boundaries, when to be vulnerable and when to set up a boundary. And so if somebody's too rigid in their boundaries, then that they get cut off, or if somebody's, walking around with just being vulnerable all the time, not taking into account circumstances, then that can be an issue too. So learning how to regulate that can be helpful. So this one we're going to do is hands come out and then our wrists cross at that point, and then we come out and down, and then inhaling up, out, and down. And it's just inhaling, clearing, releasing. Inhale through the nose. Let's exhale with the heart healing sound. And now whispered. And now silent. And now that same flow, let your wrists come up and cross over your head and then out and around. And I find as I come forward, it's helpful to lean forward a little bit. Out and inhale. Exhale. Slight pause at the top of the inhale. Pause. Exhale. And just imagine golden streams of light flowing from your fingertips surrounding you. And floating your hands down and taking a pause, feeling how you feel. So we'll do another flow. I think we've done this in class before. So imagining your three centers again. So one hand, take your right hand cupped under your belly button. Left hand is going to come up and around. So now we have one hand up, one hand down. So we're going to come when we're really aligning our three centers. So when we make decisions just from our head, that can be problematic. We want to come down into our heart and then really come from our essence. So when we come down, fingertips touching the palm here, and then we come straight back up, essence to heart to head. Now comes the fun part where we swish 1, 2, 3, and now your left hand is under the belly. This hand comes down, aligning the three centers. And just let your arms float and flow. And with these, there's no particular breathing pattern, just what feels comfortable. And I'll do one more. And coming down, hand over hand. Make a small chi ball with your hands, your palms facing each other, and just gently, in whatever way works for you, just kind of rotate that. And it can help if you close your eyes and just see if you can connect with any warmth in your hand. What's a good size? Do you want to be a little bigger? Do you want to be a little smaller? Just have fun with this and just, if you're not feeling anything, don't worry. Just let your imagination pretend. And then we take that over our head and then coming down. So we'll end our flow time pulling down the heavens, and we're going to do another healing sound, which is, this is a really nice one to do at the end of the day. We've done a lot of clearing, and so it's kind of like a sing song where we start high and then and go low. And so inhaling up, and we're just going to do this a bunch of times. Going. Now to a whispered sound. And now quiet. And ending, hand over your belly. If you're standing, you can move your feet closer together. If you're sitting, feel free to sit back. And we'll just savor this feeling and just tune in again to the three centers that we started with. And we'll end our time with a sitting meditation. If you're more comfortable standing, have a good foundational stance with your legs. And sit back in your chair. If you want support, try to have upright spine. Keep those three centers in alignment. And bring your attention to your body. Let your body be comfortable. Nothing you need to do. Feel your feet, your legs, your back and shoulders. Tune into your neck and your face, your arms and your hands. And just tuning into your physical form. And just feeling your body just as it is. Warm, alive, present. If it's comfortable, you can silently say to yourself, I honor my body. I am grounded in my essence. And bringing your awareness to your breath, your chi, your heart center. Notice the inhale. Notice the exhale. No need to change anything, just riding the wave of your breath. And feel your natural chi flowing, steady, always movement, warming, animated. You can silently say to yourself, I honor my chi with my breath. This is what connects me to life. And now gently shift your attention up to your head center that houses your awareness, your spirit, your mind. And just notice what's present. Thoughts, feelings, stillness, whatever's here is okay. Keeping your attention inward on this quiet light within. This is the part of you that witnesses. Resting in this awareness, spacious and calm. And now see if you can expand your awareness to include all three treasures: body, heart, mind, spirit. And expand that awareness to include others in the hall with us, everybody on Zoom. We're about 25 altogether. It's a bright light. And let's just savor this moment, tuning into the group field. And we can send this sacred energy out to anyone in need. Maybe it's someone specific in your family, a relationship to heal, someone you're concerned about. Could be to a group of people, could be to a place on earth. And I'll just be quiet now as we do that intentionally. And bringing your awareness back to yourself. Can get ready to transition into the rest of your day. You can wiggle your toes, butterfly your knees. When you're ready, open your eyes. And we'll end class as we always do, dedicating the merit of our practice. If you'd like to join me, the words are, may the merit of our practice benefit all beings and bring peace. May the merit of our practice benefit
all beings
and bring
bring
peace.
peace.
Thank you, everybody. Beautiful to be together. Whew. Take this feeling with you into your evening. If you are new to Qigong here at ENSO and want to get on the list, there's a Qigong list. You will get just announcements and reminders if I ever have to cancel class. I think I'm here for the next few weeks. There's one Thursday I'm going to be gone, but just watch your email. I'll send an announcement out. Take care, everybody. Yes.